Hello guys, I'm Paris, the option guy, and welcome back to my channel. And again, today is not your analysis video because again, I thought that the markets are very dynamic, right? And I may share my analysis videos with you guys in the in aftermarket. But what happens if you see a new type of scenario that kind of wasn't discussed in the analysis video, right? So you should also be self-sufficient to take a trade, right? You should not just rely on my analysis because again, a trader at the end of the day, he needs to be self-sufficient to get profitable, to make it in this market, right? You just cannot you know kind of see everyone's analysis every day and just trade according to that, right? You should know your own analysis also, right? So again, I will try to post at least two videos every month, two educational videos about different topics. So like, do let me know in the comment section or like anywhere, even on my posts, about what types of videos do you want in the future. But again, today's video is about breakouts, right? How can you profitably trade breakouts? Because if you see, right, if you trade breakouts normally, if you see, if you would have traded a breakout, day high breakout over here, you would have lost money, right? So definitely there are good types of breakouts and there are bad types of breakouts. So again, you should know what type of breakouts you have to trade and what type of breakouts you do not have to trade, right? So again, I'll share a few tips with you guys about how how to profitably trade breakouts and what type, how to catch good breakouts, right? Breakouts like these where you get easily 400-500 points momentum, right? And you can get very good risk to reward ratio also. And in the end of the video, I'll also share how I trade breakouts and how I caught this move from exactly the bottom, right? I'll also show you guys that. So yeah, do kind of stay tuned. So the first tip is that a good breakout will always be fast. A good breakout or a breakdown will always be fast, right? It will not take time. The markets will not wait any time after breaking out. The markets will just move up continuously, right? After a breakout, it may take a pullback afterwards, but after a breakout, the markets, a good breakout, right? Markets do not wait a long time at a place. They just continue moving up, and that's why a good breakout is also a little hard to catch, right? Again, if you see, right, what type of good breakout, if you see in Bank Nifty, right, when Bank Nifty broke out above the swing, right, do you see any sort of kind of a pullback or consolidation near this level? No, right? Bank Nifty continued to move up till 46,200. So Bank Nifty gave a like a clear 400 points movement, and then it took a pullback and continued moving up, right? So that is a sign of a very good breakout, right? Same thing over here also in Bank Nifty. If you see, when Bank Nifty broke out above 45,000, do you see any sort of a major, pullback, right? This was a small candle. Bank Nifty waited for just one candle, but if you see, right, if this would have been a bad breakout, Bank Nifty would have stayed near 45,000 for a long time, right? And then maybe it would have given a breakout failure, right? So over here, if you see, whenever a breakout is good, it will happen fast. The move will be fast, and it will not take a lot of time to hit your target, or it will also not take a lot of time for you to come and profit, right? Because if you see, if you would have taken a trade over here, right, at the closing of this candle, you would have gotten such good profits by the end of the day, right? Again, on the other hand, if you see, when Bank Nifty was breaking down below this low, right, which was a crucial low, if you see, when Bank Nifty broke down below this low, Bank Nifty was just consolidating over here. For three candles, Bank Nifty stayed over here, and that's why if you see, the breakout failed, right? So whenever you are trading a breakout and whenever you're in a position, whenever you've taken a position, say over here, make sure to see that the markets are moving fast from there, that the markets are not taking a lot of time, right? And if the markets are taking a lot of time over here, trail your stop loss, maybe bring it to cost, or maybe just kind of reduce your risk over there, or kind of square off some quantity, because chances are that that breakout will fail, and that is a fake breakout or a breakdown, and the markets will reverse from there. Again, another example would be Nifty over here. If you see Nifty, 19,520 was a very good resistance on the upside over here, right? And when Nifty broke out over here, the momentum was good, but what happened after a breakout? If you see, Nifty stayed over the same place for a long time, right? That should never happen. If it would have been a good breakout, maybe Nifty might have gone up, taken a little bit of pullback, and continued its up move, right? But if you see Nifty just continued to consolidate over here, which is not a good sign for Nifty, good sign, or not a good sign of a good breakout, right? So always make sure that if you're trading a breakout or a breakdown, the move should be fast, right? Again, same thing over here also. If you see in Nifty, when Nifty broke out above this level, right? Same scenario, right? Same, level being tested 3 to 4 times before, over here time kind of being tested 2 times. But if you see the breakout over here, did Nifty stop? No. Nifty went ahead and made a red candle straight up 100, like kind of 60-70 points above the breakout level, right? And even then the momentum was so fast, right? So always make sure that whenever you're trading a breakout, the momentum should come fast. If it's not coming fast, reduce your risk a little bit or square off some quantity from your trade. So the second tip that I want to share is that let the markets take a pullback or consolidate before breaking out. If the markets are going for a breakout directly or a breakdown directly, then chances are that breakdown will fail, right? Again, one type of scenario over here would be, if you see, right, Nifty closed at the day high, then when Nifty opened kind of flat or with a small gap down, if you see Nifty directly went to break down below this trend line, right? And what happened? Nifty kind of broke down and gave a fake breakdown over here and reversed, right? On and in the next, I mean, same day itself, if you see Nifty went before breaking out over here, Nifty consolidated for some time, right? So always make sure that if you're trading a breakout, you make sure that the market has consolidated a little bit or taken a pullback and is then breaking out, because then the chances of a fake breakout or a breakdown becomes less, right? Same thing over here also. If you see in Nifty straight up opened with a gap up and tried to break out, right? And if you see the breakout failed, right? If you see, if I go back and show you guys again over here also, right? Nifty opened with a gap up and straight up went for a breakout, right? If Nifty would have consolidated over here for some time or taken a little bit of pullback and then broken out, chances are that this breakout would have also succeeded and we would have seen more momentum on the upside. Same thing over here also in Nifty. If you see, when Nifty tried to break out above this swing, Nifty did not really consolidated a lot. It kind of moved a lot, but it did not really consolidate it, right? I mean, you could say that Nifty took a pullback and then went up, but still, whenever you wait for a consolidation or a pullback and then take a trade in a breakout, that the chances are that your target will get hit more times or the breakout will succeed more times. Same thing over here also. Nifty opened with a gap down and started to break out, right, without waiting for some time. And that was, again, I did not took a bullish position over here, right? I said to you guys, I think in the analysis video also, you guys can go ahead and see the analysis video for 7 July. If we go up, we can go ahead and buy over here. But the problem was that Nifty did not wait over here. Nifty just opened with a gap down, recovered and tried to break out like directly, right? If Nifty would have kind of consolidated over here for some time and then broken out, then I would have been more confident in taking a trade over here, right? Okay, so the third tip that I want to share with you guys is that breakouts in the second half are more reliable than in the first half, right? I'm going to give you guys, first of all, examples, and then I'm also going to talk about the logic and stuff. If you see, right, over here, when did the breakout happen? It happened in the second half, right? Again, over here also, if you see, when did the breakout happen? It happened in the kind of not in the first half, like end of the first half, right? Again, breakouts will happen in the first half also, but the breakouts that happen in the second half generally are more reliable than the breakouts that happen in the first half, because in the second half is when the big players start entering the market, right? When the big players start squaring off or start making their position, that is when breakouts are really, really reliable, right? Because if you see over here, Nifty tried to break down below yesterday's low and tried to fill the gap, right? But if you see, it happened kind of in the first half over here, right? And if you see, markets reversed again, right? So try to find breakouts which are happening in the second half, or like, at 1 p.m. or after 1 p.m. or maybe even after 12:30, that's fine. If you see over here also, Nifty tried to break out in the morning, right? Somewhere near 10 p.m., 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., right? 10 a.m. to kind of 11:30, 12 p.m. That is the time where most of the breakouts will, proved to be kind of a failure, right? If you see over here also, Nifty tried to break out in the first half and it failed, right? Over here also, Nifty tried to break out in the first half and it failed, right? But if you see, when do big moves come in the market, right? When do breakouts happen? Over here, you can say that the breakout kind of started a little bit early, and yes, I agree. Not every time will you see a breakout in the second half. You will see a breakout in the first half also. But yeah, over here, if you see, breakouts happened in the second half, right? If you see in Bank Nifty over here, when did the breakout start? 12:45, right? From there, if you see, the market started moving up. When did the breakout start over here? Right? If you see, 12:45 p.m., right? After 12:30 is what I'm trying to say, right? Again, when did the breakout happen over here? 1:15 p.m., 1:30 p.m., right? So whenever a breakout happens, right, it is more reliable that it happens in the second half than in the first half, right? You can go ahead and open a chart and kind of, see it by yourself, right? If you do not believe what I'm trying to say, right? But again, breakouts will happen in the first half, as I said, but it is more reliable to take breakouts that are happening in the second half. So tip number 4 would be that do not go for breakouts or breakdowns against the bigger trend, right? What I'm trying to say that is that if you see, right, Bank Nifty, if you see in the daily chart, was definitely bullish over here, right? Bank Nifty had already given a breakout in the daily chart over here, and if you see, right, Bank Nifty was moving down and down and down, right? But if you see, where did the breakout happen again, right? On the upside. So until unless you get a confirmation that there is a reversal in the bigger time frame, do not kind of try to find breakouts or breakdown against the bigger trend, right? If you see over here, right, the bigger trend is bullish, right? And if you would have tried to go bearish over here, right, maybe over here also, then you would have gotten caught and you would have lost money, right? Same thing over here also. If you would have gone bearish over here, you would have gotten caught over here, right? So you would have gotten caught or you would have lost money over here, right? So again, try to find breakouts which are kind of, in the same sentiment as the bigger time frame. So in the 15-minute chart, if you would have gone long over here, again, you would have made money, right? So that is, if now that is something for if you are, in a bullish chart. Same thing over here, right? The sentiment was bearish over here, right? If you see, the markets were going for a sell-off. So if you would have gone for a breakout, say above this level over here, if you see, right, there are swings, multiple swings, you would have lost money, right? Because the market sentiment was bearish, but you went for a bullish breakout, right? So again, do not go against the trend. Same thing over here also. What was the sentiment? Previous sentiment was bearish, right? And if you would have gone for a breakout, say above 41,800 over here, you would have again lost money, right? So what I'm trying to say is that wait for a confirmation, or a reversal, right? So what type of confirmation would you get, right? You would have gotten a confirmation when this trend line would have broken out, or when Bank Nifty would have crossed this previous swing high, right? That would tell you that okay, now the trend is starting to change. Now the selling trend that was in the market, now that has changed into a buying trend, right? And say if you would have gone short over here in this candle, you would have again lost money, because now the trend is not for selling, right? And if you were traded a breakdown over here, say if you were traded a breakdown in intraday, you would have made money, sure. But in the bigger time frame, if you would have taken a trade for a maybe on a daily basis and targets for a daily basis, then you would have definitely lost money over here, right? So do not, what I'm trying to say is, do not go against the bigger trend. And in intraday, you can go ahead and take a kind of a breakdown or a breakout trade against the trend. But for bigger trends, right, for trends where you have kind of a very big target, say if you would have traded this breakout and now you have a target of 47,000, right? So something like big trades like this, in those trades, do not go against the trend until you get a confirmation, right? So when will you get a confirmation that the market has kind of, reversed over here? When maybe this low might have broken, right? Because we were in a higher high, higher low pattern over here, right? So if this low breaks, then we'll kind of start making lower lows over here, right? So wait for a confirmation and only then go for breakouts or breakdowns in the market, which are which are not against the trend. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and now share how I trade breakouts, right? So if you see, right, first of all, I see what is a bigger trend, right? Over here, if you see in the daily chart, the trend overall was bullish over here, right? If you see, the trend was bullish and the market was kind of going down, but the selling was not really fast, right? And I was also expecting up to a certain point that the markets could break down over here. But when I saw, right, that the okay, the markets are not breaking down over here, if you see, there was again very good buying coming in into the market, right? So that's when I decided to kind of change my stance from bearish to bullish, right? And if you see on this day, right, over here there was also this trend line coming in over here. And if you see, right, markets kind of showed everyone that that we are going to go down from here. And when this candle was made, right, this bearish candle over here, everybody thought that okay, the market will start going down from here, we would again go down till at least 44,600, right? But what was the kind of the sentiment in daily chart, right? The sentiment was bullish, and we were at a very good place where people will get trapped, where sellers could get trapped and the markets could start moving up, right? And when this candle was made, right, everybody thought that okay, the markets will go down, or everybody would have thought that yes, from here the markets, this will be a very good reversal area, because markets broke the previous candles high over here but could not sustain. Now we will go down, right? But what happened? From there itself the market started moving up, right? So you need to find places where people will get trapped, or where, where retailers will get trapped, because an average retailer will think okay, the markets will go down, markets will again go down. But you got to understand, selling is never slow. Selling will not be like this. If the selling had to happen, it would have happened very fast from here itself, right? But if you see, selling was slow, and chances were that we would break out above this channel over here. So what I did was that, as soon as I saw that okay, the markets are recovering from here, I waited for some time. I think I took that trade in a 1 minute time frame. But again, I went ahead and shorted the 45,000 PE option at 320. I kept my stop loss just below this high, right? So my stop loss would have been just below this, no, wait, yeah, just below this low over here. And then I squared that trade off near 60 rupees, 61 rupees, if I'm not wrong, right? I'll also put the PNL, just so if you guys do not believe me. But if you want to find trades like this where you get a risk to reward of 1 is to 17, right? Almost a risk to reward of 1 is to 17. Find places where, okay, just give me a second. Yeah, find places where people are getting trapped in the market, right? If you see over here also, I actually went ahead and shorted 45,000 PE over here. I also put the not 45,000 P, but 45,700 P over here. I'll also go ahead and put the screenshot of the PNL on the screen right now. And I squared it off somewhere, near 45,900 or 46,000. I don't remember the exact place, but yeah, I shorted it at 126 over here, and I squared it off at 61 rupees again over here, right? Why? Because if you see, right, what is the general trend in the market? The general trend is an uptrend, right? And what is happening is that people, saw that okay, there was such a good big candle, green candle over here, and now the markets are coming down. So what would everybody do, right? Again, if you see, markets made a very bearish candle over here, right? Showing everyone that okay, the markets will start going down from here, and so you need to go ahead and short over here. That's what a retailer will think, right? But you do not need to think like a retailer. Think of the general trend. Where is the general trend? The general trend is, on the upside over here. There is already buying happening, so the market will not go ahead and reverse very fast from here, right? I mean, markets could reverse, right? But definitely the chances are that markets will trap people over here, showing everyone that the buying is happening, oh sorry, that selling is happening, and then the big players will come in and start buying, right? So I shorted 45,700 P at 126 in this candle, and I squared it off at 161 rupees. My stop loss was at 145, right? So a 20 rupees stop loss, I squared it off at 61. Again, I could have squared it off even later, but I had some work to do, and that's why I decided to just square off, right? So 1 is to 3 risk to reward is also not that bad on an expiry day, right? So again, a good way to trade breakouts is looking for traps when which are against the general market direction. So if the market is bullish, look for breakdowns, look for breakdown failures, right? If you see over here also, the markets went down, and if you see, right, market went down below day low, but see how selling is slow, right? So what you could have done is you could have went long over here with a stop loss near the day low, right? And if you see, if you would have gone long over there, you would have, you could have been able to go ahead and ride such a big rally over here, right? So again, this is the way I trade breakouts, but there are many other ways to trade breakouts, and you can also make your own kind of, way of trading breakouts. You just have to observe the market, right? That is my way. I'm comfortable with that, and you may not be comfortable with going against the trend in the smaller time frame, right? But I am comfortable and I want small stop losses, right? So again, you can also go ahead and make your own kind of trading system. It's just that you need to stay into the markets, see the markets every day, right? See the price action, where is the market going, right? How is the market behaving when it reaches certain levels, and you will know some characteristics of the markets, right? Okay, markets move like this, market moves like this when it comes near this area, and that's how you can take a trade, that's how you can take a profitable trade, right? And that is what will give you a very good system to trade in the markets, right? So that is how I trade breakouts. So yeah, guys, that was it for today, and thank you for watching till the end. Again, I hope you guys learned something useful from this video, and I hope your time wasn't wasted. Again, I'll try my best to put as many educational videos out so that you guys can also learn, how to kind of, trade properly, and how to place your stop loss, how to place your targets. I'll make a video on all of that. I just need some time because, my life is also very hectic. I have to handle my job, I have to handle my college. But anyways, that is out of topic. I don't know why I'm going out of topic, but yeah, again, I hope you guys like this analysis, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.